So, Highland Rise Podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with
Karll.
And Will from Gridiron.
and with some questions to say about the upcoming album, Poetry from Pain. So, congrats on that, by the way. How do you guys feel about
Thank
the
you.
response to the announcement so far?
It's been great so far. Got a couple singles that are out there. I'm not sure when this is going out there, but one more to come. And yeah, we're super pumped for it to come out. It's been a while since we've released any new music, so we're pumped on it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
The album fucking rips.
The album is so
thank-
much fun. It's incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put a lot of work into it, so it's nice to hear, some positive feedback. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, of course. Hell yeah.
I'm curious about the timeline for the record, like when you guys kind of started the writing process, when you had the masters in hand. Rough dates, they don't have to be exact.
Yeah, so the last record, No Good Goodbyes, came out like 2021, and then played a bunch of shows off of it. I mean, this whole band was never supposed to do any of this. We were never supposed to write an LP. We were never supposed to have this many songs.
Yeah.
I'm blessed that we've gotten this far doing it, but yeah, it all just started as writing a couple songs just to have fun during COVID. We never even thought we would play a show, and here we are now, coming out with our sophomore album, so it's pretty cool. But yeah,
That's so
October,
good.
or sorry, 2021 for No Good Goodbyes, and then we started writing pretty much right after that, and then over the course of a few years, just kind of pieced together the songs. I live out in Michigan, the rest of the guys live in Philly, so try to get together when we can and piece these songs together. So a lot of demo sessions through GarageBand and whatnot, but recorded in fall, last fall at Bricktop Recording in Chicago with Andy Nelson, and we're there for about a week and a half and pieced all these songs together. But we came in pretty, prepared, knowing exactly what we're gonna do
Good.
going into it. We don't do like a lot of writing in the studio or anything. We just kind of pull up with the tracks and just let it rip. So that's kind of how it all came together.
Gotcha. Hell yeah.
Damn straight. Wonderful. And is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
Yeah, the album title, Poetry from Pain, it's just it kind of shows that there are a lot of ways to kind of express yourself and get out the feelings that you have inside, whether it be, writing music or writing like literal poetry or
Mm.
books or going to the gym or, things of that nature. So basically, the title kind of is an ode to that I use music and lyrics to kind of express how I'm feeling inside.
Mm.
Hell yeah.
As far as
Gotcha.
cover art, it was like
Mhm.
we're obviously huge death metal and 2000s, 90s rap guys. So kind of a play on like some Morbid Angel and Cryptopsy, but kind of paired with some more rap elements. I've seen people saying that it looks like a Bible. It's not a Bible. We're not like a political or
It's my
like
poems,
Yeah, there you go.
poems.
Yeah,
Setting
yeah,
my
yeah.
poetry.
Yeah.
setting the
Yeah.
record straight there. It's not like some statement album art.
We're
Yeah.
not trying to be like Marilyn Manson in the 90s or whatever
Yeah,
the hell he
exactly.
was doing.
Jesus,
Yeah. So, can you guys tell us a little bit about the writing process for the album?
Yeah, I mean, we always goes music 1st,
Mhm.
and then we'll do the lyrics after. So it really just starts with someone coming up with a riff or a full song idea, and then put it together. So I wrote a few songs. Xavier, the other guitar player, wrote a few songs, and then Mully on drums and Lennon on bass are always adding different ideas. So like we'll come to a practice with, all right, I've got this idea, or I'll send like click tracks to Mully so we can drum to them, just so we can go in, just because we can't get together super often, just
Mm.
because of distance and whatnot. So we try to come in like prepare when we practice of, all right, we're gonna get through these songs. So it's really just like riff ideas, and this was a really cool album to work on because everybody had a part in it.
Mhm.
Really, the previous material, I wrote a lot of it with Mully, and this was more of a collaborative approach from the musical side. So it's kind of like we wrap up the music and hand it to Karll in this like perfect present to do all the lyrics on. He gets to write the name tag on the present.
Yep.
God damn
Hell
it.
yeah.
I get to put the bow on it.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Damn.
I understand there's distance you with Will from the rest of the band. Do you guys do any writing remotely, or is it everything in a room?
Yeah, a lot of remote stuff. So like I
Mhm.
said, like just coming together with ideas on
Mhm.
our own. So like I've got my own little rig that I record stuff at here, and same with Xavier and Lennon. So we'll come in with ideas and just try and be prepared. And that process is fun because you can go into a practice saying like, all right, the song's gonna sound like this, and by the time you're done, it's like completely 180 change. It's on its head, which is really cool. So we
Hmm.
had a lot of moments like that. We had a couple songs we wrote like in practice together, but majority of it's kind of just done remote, and then we come together and piece it together.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Makes sense. And what song off the album took the longest to write, and which one is each of your own personal favorite?
Oh, what do you think was the longest one to write, Karll?
Um, I mean, I guess by time, probably Tombstone.
Yeah,
That
Tombstone.
was the first
That was the
riff for
first
the
riff.
new record that we had. So,
Yeah, that was the very first riff we wrote for the new record in like 2022 and just kind
Wow.
of sat on it forever. And then that
Mm,
was the one that we all got together. It's like all I have is this very beginning. I have nothing else. And then everybody kind of added their own element to it. So that one definitely probably took the longest to come together.
yeah, it was
But
the first
mhm.
song. It was the first song we started and the last song we finished. So,
Damn.
that was cool.
Gotcha.
As
Yeah.
far as like personal favorite on the record, probably for me, Army of None. So I love the melodic side of metal and hardcore, and I play in another band called Never Ending Game, which definitely has a
Mm,
lot of melodic elements as well. So big shout out to my boy, our manager, and my guitar player, and Never Ending Game, Mike, Metal Mike, who has definitely taught me a lot of tips on the melodic side, and so took some of those elements and just kind of build on it and put it in with Gridiron, and that track is like very you just put in like NHL '06 and that's like the music playing on the menu. I just
Yeah.
love like melodic arena songs, so that was kind of my inspo there. What was yours, Karll?
my favorite song is probably the most recent single that we put out, the "Still Playing for Keeps" the remix. Um, I've always, growing up as a kid, I loved Limp Bizkit. And he did the Rollin' Air Raid vehicle remix with DMX and Method Man and Redman, and that was kind of the inspiration for this track, was to pull guitars from a previous song we did, make them into an actual beat and have a few of some of our favorite current underground hip hop artists on the
mhm.
track. And it turned out way better than I could have ever imagined. And it's just something that I've always personally wanted to try to do. And so yeah, very pleased with it. That's probably my favorite track on the record.
That's so
Oh yeah.
awesome. That was one of my favorites as well because I'm a huge Limp Bizkit fan. I'm wearing my Dad Vibes hoodie today, and I could see the Limp Bizkit influence through and through. That track was dope. So how'd the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, close be the closer, shuffle it and see what fits? What was that process like?
It was long.
Yeah,
It
it's a
was a
lot of
long
like
process.
a lot of back and forth. It's like we probably went through every iteration of what songs order the sequencing could be in. We never write like, all right, this one's going to be the opener or this one's going to be the closer. It just kind of whatever naturally feels best in a sequencing standpoint. Like
Mm,
I listen to records top to bottom, so I want it to be have that flow and the ebbs and flows of listening to the record. I know it's all about playlists and singles and stuff in kind of today's day and age, but I definitely like catering to the person who listens to the record top to bottom. And
mhm.
yeah, there was a lot of back and forths and arguments and concessions, and I feel like we came up with a very good compromise that now I'm like I can't imagine this record flowing in any other way. So it was a long, arduous process for sure.
Mhm.
All right.
Makes sense. All right.
Yeah,
And would you guys be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating the record?
nowhere.
Yeah, nowhere.
We're
Yeah, you
not.
gotta, you gotta.
Nowhere.
Yeah, I try to I don't know, clear everything out. That's
Mm,
kind of my way of like locking in, is locking myself out, if that makes sense. Like
interesting.
for
Okay.
writing lyrics. Um, basically I think it's very easy to overthink things and overanalyze things.
Mm,
And that's one thing that I try to put an emphasis on while writing lyrics, is to not do that, because you can end up just getting yourself in trouble doing things like that.
mhm.
Fair
Also,
enough.
we're just like a bunch of normal dudes. Like no one, well, Mully, I don't know about Mully, but the
I
rest
know.
of us are normal dudes. Just kidding. Love you.
Well,
But yeah, it's like we just whatever feels right in the moment is just like kind of how it comes out. And there's definitely a moment, like Karll said, where you just like kind of lock in and you're like, oh yeah, now I'm writing another record. So I think this is like the fifth LP I've done. So I kind of know like when that moment hits of like, all right, now I'm really locked in on trying to write this. And almost like you need like the hard date of recording to
mm,
really like get the kick in the ass of like, okay, here we go. I have a hard date. We have to have these songs done by then.
for sure.
So you just kind of feel it. It's you can't really like put a word like a moment on it.
Fair enough. So
Fair
for you,
enough.
it's basically like if there was a feeling, it's like just that there's 10 days to record the record, and it's just a pressure cooker of getting it done in the 10 days.
When the rubber meets the road, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm a
Mhm.
massive procrastinator. So I usually tend to wait till the last second to do literally anything in my life.
Mhm.
But I've been better recently, these past couple records of like, all right, we're recording in like 6 months. Let's just like chip away at this, not be like, oh shit, we got to record soon. We probably should bang out some songs real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
Oh
you.
my goodness.
So how do you guys recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should you do it in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is it a workout album, party album? What do you guys personally recommend?
That's a great
In a
question.
drive-through.
Thank you.
In a drive-through.
In a drive-through. Okay, very
Yeah.
specific. Like, do you have like a specific fast food that they
I
should be in
mean,
the drive-through for?
I'm a Don's guy.
McDonald's. Okay.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Old Faithful, you know.
Yeah.
Of
Love
course.
it. Love a Chick-fil-A. Love Taco Bell too. Big Taco
Shout out
Bell.
Taco Bell.
Shout out
Shout out to
Taco
Taco
Bell.
Bell.
Shout out Taco
That would be
Bell.
a good one to bump it in. That's a very good answer. I think it's a great gym playlist for sure.
Mhm.
You got some ebbs and flows. I feel like you can do. I clearly don't go to the gym often, but you can go. You could do cardio. You could do some lifting. You really do anything. I think. To this
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm always in the car with friends because then you can laugh when like some part hits that's ridiculous or some line comes out because Karl
Yeah.
is great at some really funny lyrics. It'd be fun to experience this one with other people and just like I know it's an absurd record, but there's like some serious undertones. So I feel like people would when you get to the end of the record, they're like, all right, we got to run that back. Let's listen to that one again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get the
Damn
goofs out
straight.
and then lock in on the undertones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Wonderful. And this one should be super, super quick off top of your heads. I want you guys to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. 3 words each, 6 total, no more, no less.
Mine is In Your Face.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It does roller coaster count as 1 or 2 words?
That's 1 word, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roller coaster of
Mhm.
fun.
Hell
Those
yeah.
are good. Hell yeah. And in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
Fun.
Yeah, have fun.
It's a fun record. We've been a band that has always concentrated on having fun. That's the reason we all do this. So yeah, I mean, I just want someone who listens to this record for the first time to be like, wow, that was a fun record from a fun band, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier about the cover art, it's like we're not a band that is like anything other than having fun. And I want that to come through on the record. And yeah, there's definitely like some serious moments, but we just want to have fun when we're doing this, and that's what I want people to take away from it.
Exactly. That's wonderful. And are you guys able to touch on any particularly challenging or standout moments during the creation of the album, positive or negative?
I don't know. We don't really have a lot of conflict.
Our
honestly.
vibes are like off the charts as a
That's
band.
so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I can't think of anything that was like difficult. Nothing is difficult with like working with these guys, you know,
Mhm.
from my point of view. I mean, we're all best friends. We all get along. We're all on the same page. We all have the same goals, same ideas,
Mhm.
you know. So yeah, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that was like an issue or something. Maybe figuring out where we're gonna eat dinner after recording or something like that. That's
Definitely some
that's
fights
probably
on
it.
that. What
Yeah.
snacks to buy at the grocery store? when
Oh,
we're
yeah.
there. But
Friendships
no,
get
as far
tested
as,
with
like,
that.
exactly. Like there wasn't like a lot of tension. There's definitely like moments where you're like locked in a cave essentially for 10 days with your buddies. It's like
Yeah.
there's gonna be moments where that can be a little more tense or like decisions that you have to make of like, all right, is this what the tone is going to be going forward? Is this what the drum sound is going to be going forward? But ultimately it's like even if there was a moment of tension, it's like someone cracks a joke and then it's back to normal. So it's
That's
like
good.
Karl said, it's a great group of dudes who we never have too many problems.
Just
Yeah.
hangs. Hell yeah. So for this question, I want you guys to picture you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
I immediately know, Karl. Do you have you pondering?
I immediately know too.
Oh, okay.
All right, you go first.
It's pepperoni pizza pretzel combos and a Diet
Oh,
Coke.
hell yeah. Oh my, yeah. Classic.
That's a good pick. I would go definitely either a Red Bull sugar-free or a Monster, the white one.
Oh,
I need a type of chip. I'm just gonna make a plug here. The chip industry right now is the best it's ever been.
I
The
agree.
Oh
flavors
yeah.
are out
Yeah,
of
it's
control
crazy.
now. There's a new flavor every time I go to the gas station. It's
Mhm.
incredible.
It's
So I'm getting
groundbreaking.
some type of bag of chips. Been big on Funyuns lately. That's a little bit of a
Oh, I just had a
Old
Funyun
school.
phase.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
Onions are
Mhm.
old school.
Funyuns, and then you gotta get something sweet. I got a little bit of a sweet tooth, so I'm
Mhm.
probably gonna go with like I'm big on the nerd clusters right now.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, stomach is gonna be a washing machine after this meal, but it would be
Price to pay. Hell yeah. And on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
Oh, I've got this one solid, Carl.
Go ahead.
So, you ever been to a Golden Corral?
Of course.
Okay, so when you go to a Golden Corral, you
Uh-huh.
make a plate
Yeah,
that makes no sense. And
absolutely.
you have a brownie, and you have a slice of pizza, and you have a piece of terrible steak. And you
Oh yeah.
sit down, you have all these items on your plate, but you're all still inside a Golden Corral.
Mm.
That is what Gridiron is. Because when you listen to this record, it's like takes you on these winding roads. You have a song
Hmm.
that may be a little different from track to track, but it's
Yeah.
still Gridiron. And so that's how I would describe Gridiron is anything that I do in the musical world, I describe it as buffet hardcore, and I think Gridiron has done that this record.
Little
Buffet
something for
hardcore
everyone.
Little
is
something for
wonderful.
everybody.
Yeah, you need to coin that.
Yeah.
Buffet hardcore. That feels like the next like subgenre or
Yeah.
subgenre. I don't know.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, that's
was
fucking
beautiful.
awesome.
Brought a tear to my eye.
Thank you.
Yeah. And for the last couple questions, going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Oh, mine's definitely I'm a lobster guy. So a little surf and turf, a little lobster, a little ribeye, maybe definitely a Diet Coke.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
solid.
We
no
literally talked about this
That's
like
solid.
on tour or something. I feel like this has definitely come up. I feel like I knew you were a surf and turf guy.
That's wonderful.
I'm going definitely some brisket, like a
Mm,
brisket sandwich, not chopped, sliced brisket. Got to
of course.
be from the point. It's got to be fatty. And then let's see, I would do. I'm a huge fry guy, so I'm going an
Mhm.
assortment of different fries. I'm imagining that I
Okay.
can grab anything, any type.
Yeah.
And then we're definitely gonna have like a lemon meringue pie,
Mhm.
and we're gonna wash it down with an ice cold Miller High Life.
Damn straight. That's a solid fucking meal. That's awesome.
Yeah.
If we
Yeah.
ever have our own meal at like Texas Roadhouse, that's what it's gonna be.
That's it. That's fucking beautiful. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And if you guys could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Man,
I feel like living on Moron Mountain and Space Jam would be pretty dope
Oh,
if like
hell yeah.
if you were like there as like on vacation, like you weren't employed on Moron Mountain because
That'd
that
be
doesn't
awful.
sound fun. But
Mm-mm.
like beating Jordan one on one up there on Moron Mountain would be pretty cool.
Wait, did
yeah,
you just say beating Michael Jordan up
Yeah,
more on?
because that was like the gimmick. He was up there and like
Oh.
I think he was like stuck to the ground or something. So anyone that played
Oh,
against him would
yeah.
score on.
Yes,
I know you
yes.
can dunk.
Okay.
So.
I got confused. I was like, wait a minute. That was like the whole point of the movie was that Michael Jordan beat them, and I
Right.
need to rewatch it. Is all this is showing me. My knowledge is off. All right. Yeah.
That's one of Carl's favorite movies. He watches it, I think, like once or twice a week.
Yeah.
As you
Michael
should.
Jordan
Yeah.
wins in the end. So
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters. That's all
Spoiler
that
alert.
matters.
yeah, sorry to ruin it for everyone.
Not like 30
Toon
years.
Squad beats the Monstars.
Yeah. Oh God. Thank God.
I'm going with Camp Hope from my favorite movie of all time, Heavyweights. I would like to spend a week with the fellas up at Camp Hope, go on the blob and go on the go-karts and defeat Uncle Tony. I would go to Camp Hope.
As one
All
does.
right.
Hell yeah.
And I've not asked the last question. Every single person we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
No way.
Yes way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Carl, the floor is yours.
Green.
Green. Hmm.
Big Eagles fan.
Yeah.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go
Mhm.
Birds.
Damn
Honolulu.
straight.
You're an Eagles fan too?
I am, dude. You should see the other
Love
room.
that.
There's a big fucking Eagles emblem on the fucking.
I didn't
wall.
know
It's
this about
insane.
Glory.
Love that.
Yeah, no, it's
my man,
crazy.
My man Brian Dawkins, Jalen Hurts right there.
Come on, let's go Hurts. Yup, yup.
Sickening,
Mhm.
and it makes me sick. I am going to go with Honolulu Blue, which is the color of my Detroit Lions.
Hell yeah.
I'm not cheering for that, but
That's okay. I'm gonna cheer for myself.
I'll
You
cheer
can
for
edit
you.
some applause. Yeah.
fuck you, man. Oh, yeah, wonderful. Respect.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is anything that you guys would like to plug?
Honestly, just listen to the record, enjoy it, have fun, come out to a show, chat with us. We love talking with people and just chopping it up at the merch table. So we put a lot into this record, and I hope people check it out and have a good time listening to it.
Hell yeah.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you.
Massive shout out. My last thing is massive shout out to Blue Grape,
Yeah.
our label, and they did an amazing job with helping us with the music videos and the production and sequencing. And Dave and Susie over there have been awesome to work with. So massive shout out to them.
Yeah, they
Shouts
rock.
out.
Hell yeah. Shout out.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Sound, this guy has been Karll and Will from Gridiron, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.